start French because this is the high time to learn French. See, this is the reality, okay? If it would be too easy, everyone would just be learning French quickly and getting their PR through French. And how much time it will take to learn French for PR in Canada? Will French really help me in getting PR? French. See, there has been a lot of information on internet about French, but you know what? I just need one video which explains everything in detail about French without any bias. Sure. What do you want to know? All the options in immigration for French, what makes me eligible and my profile eligible to get selected under French draws, and how to start learning French, how to find a good instructor, and what score do I need, which exam to go for, and how much time it will take to learn French for PR in Canada, and a lot more. Okay, let's talk about everything one by one. Okay, first tell me, I'm currently on work permit and I have about 1.5 to 2 years remaining on my work permit. In this case, will French really help me in getting PR? So firstly, I'm not an immigration consultant, so do not take this as a legal immigration advice. According to your profile and your own scenario, you will have to consult an immigration agent to ask specifically on what will work best for you. But talking about French itself, see, if you give French exam and get NCLC 7 out of 12 in reading, listening, speaking and writing, you will get 62 to 74 extra points that you can update in your express entry pool. But not only that, your profile will be eligible to get selected under French proficiency draws. Now this is one of the biggest benefits of learning French, is that not only your profile can get a lot of points in express entry pool, but also in French specific draws as well, you will get eligible where the competition is very less. And with French, as long as you put your 1 year of work experience in tier 0, 1 to 3, you are good to go. So that means with French, I still need tier 0, 1 to 3 work experience for 1 year at least, right? Yes. And I know you came right after 12th, so in your case, you have to get Canadian work experience because it's not possible for you to get work experience back in your home country. So you need 1 year of Canadian work experience in tier 0, 1 to 3, in which you will be eligible in Canadian experience class. But also, if there is someone who has already got 1 year of work experience in tier 0, 1 to 3 in their home country, which is continuous work experience, they would not need to have any Canadian work experience. They will be eligible to get selected under French proficiency draws. But 1 year of work experience in tier 0, 1 to 3 is required. If you're in Canada, it does not need to be continuous, but if you got your work experience outside Canada, it has to be continuous. Okay, so you told me that if I get CLB 7 out of 12 in French exam, I'll be able to get selected in the French category draws. But my friend Raghav, he has his work permit expiring very soon, in about 12 months. So will he be able to do it? Yes, he is in a bit of a time crunch right now, but if he studies intensively, regularly for about 3 to 4 hours on daily basis, and if he has a proper step-by-step plan which he can follow, then in about 10 to 12 months, I think it is going to be possible for him. Yeah, and what if his work permit expires before getting the score? Yeah, it feels like a big thing, but there are still no issues, okay? As long as he is eligible in express entry and he has built up his minimum eligibility requirements in express entry, even though his work permit expires, either he can stay in Canada on visitor visa or he can go back to India and keep on learning French if he needs 2 or 3 more months of practice. Learn French and give the exam, clear the exam and update that in your express entry profile. Your profile will still be there in the pool. So, once your work permit expires, that does not mean that your PR profile is ineligible. It will still be there. You can just update the score once you receive your French results. He was also telling me that he wants to focus on something called Francophone Mobility Program, so that he can extend his work permit. Yes, that's a very good point, and he just needs NCLC 7 out of 12 in speaking and listening exam of TEF or TSAFE Canada. With that, he needs a valid job offer from his employer, through which he will be able to extend his work permit for up to 2 years. Wow, I did not know that. So to get CLB 5 out of 12, how much time it takes usually? That will take about 5 to 6 months at least, with 3 to 4 hours of average study on daily basis with a proper structurized approach and guidance. Okay, but eventually it is still better to focus on NCLC 7 to get your PR, right? Because with the CLB 5, we are only extending our work permit. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, absolutely. Because it's just more, 4 to 5 months of preparation to focus on NCLC 7. So it's better that, you keep on continuing learning French so that you can focus on NCLC 7 to get more points. So in total, prepping for NCLC 7 takes about 10 to 12 months if someone is dedicating 3 to 4 hours at least on regular basis with a proper structure. 10 to 12 months, isn't it too much? See, this is the reality, okay? If it would be too easy, everyone would just be learning French quickly and getting their PR through French. But you must have a realistic expectation, okay? Because learning any language generally takes about 3 years in total. But we are already doing that thing in 10 to 12 months. So it's actually not that bad. And the level we are focusing on is NCLC 7. So it's not like any basic level, it's upper intermediate, through which you cannot really hack your way, or you cannot use any techniques or quick hacks through which you can learn French in just like 3-4 months. You really need to be naturally fluent in the language in order to clear the exam. Okay, but I have seen a lot of people, they say you can learn French in 4-5 months. They have some sort of like a revolutionary program or something like that. Is that really possible? You know, speak a lie so big that people actually start believing that it's true. This is one of the tactics that people use these days, just like Adolf Hitler in World War II. So if you're listening to such advice and if you're believing that this may really be true, please stay away from this advice, because it's going to destroy your realistic expectations when it comes to learning French. Because see, while teaching my students as well, I can complete the whole 12-month syllabus into just 4 to 6 months. But realistically, that is not possible for students. Why? Because everyone is working full-time. No one is available full-time, like, 24/7 to just study French. We are working full-times, we are busy individuals, we have other tasks to do. So that is why when people say that, oh, learn French in 4 to 5 months, it doesn't apply to most of the population, those who are trying to build their PR profile by learning French. With full-time work, it is not practically possible. That is why it takes about 1 year. Even when you are studying French full-time, in that case as well, it might take you at least 8 to 9 months to get that fluent level for PR. I gotcha. So, okay, let's talk about exams. What exams are we supposed to give? Like in English, we give IELTS, CELPIP, and different exams, but in French, how does that go? Yes, we have two different types of exams. One is TEF Canada and TCF Canada. Both of them are almost similar. They are valid for 2 years. Once you give the exam, both of them are valid for 2 years, and both of them are accepted in IRCC for your permanent residency profiling. Can you tell me the difference in detail? Yes, I have actually explained the difference between both in detail, but for that you have to make sure to watch my TEF versus TCF Canada video. I have put the link in the description. Okay, that would be perfect. And see, talking about coaching or a good instructor, how do I really find a genuine and a good instructor? That's a very good question, and there are few important things or few important aspects that you need to look for. First one is if the person himself or herself has cleared the TEF Canada exam or not. Okay, a lot of people have started teaching French, and the French that they teach is just generic French. Even at higher levels, it's generic French, which is not focused on any exam. So I think this is going to be one important research that you have to do, is that anyone who teaches French should be focused on TEF, TCF Canada, so that you can morph your learning right from the beginning, focused on these exams only. Though, when we are learning a language, it's a generic language. We cannot just start learning language for the exam right when we are beginners, but moving on to higher levels, it's important that we start morphing things more towards the exam specific preparation. The second important thing is timeline. You really have to be beware of the timeline that they mention, because we want to get results quick, and this is where a lot of instructors, they do the wrong thing and monetize on your fear. So what they would say is, okay, you can learn French in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months or whatever. But if something feels too good to be true, it mostly is. So you really have to have a realistic expectation. Learning a new language right from beginning up to the upper intermediate level, it is going to take enough time, and 10 to 12 months is the proper time span in which you will be able to learn French. And the third important thing is the skill of actually being able to speak and use the language. These days, a lot of instructors are trying to teach the language while they are also just memorizing the scripts and trying to speak in the camera. So this is something that a beginner or a student who is trying to learn French cannot recognize. But me being a French teacher myself, we are actually able to see who has learned the script and trying to speak French in the camera, and those who are not natural. So this is something that you should really be beware of, and do not just blindly trust me as well. Okay, do your own proper research, go through everyone's content properly, and do a proper analysis on which one fits best for you and with whom your vibe matches, and then start learning French with them. That's true. And if I want to start prepping for TEF or TCF kind of myself, how can I start right from zero, or if I'm a complete beginner? Sure, if you want to start learning French right from zero, all you need to do is just go on to my YouTube playlist, open Beginner to B2 Plus playlist, and start watching all the lectures step by step. It will talk about all the resources, books you require, and also will have the grammar lectures so that you can start learning right from zero. Okay, So yeah, this was like a self-study roadmap. And what if I want to take a proper coaching from you specifically? Sure, if you would like to take coaching with Frenchify as well, you can just click the link below. There is a meeting link for consultation and you can book your meeting. And other than that, you can also just directly go on to my website, search for the programs. If you're a complete beginner, start at A1. And if you're starting at A1, here is this discount code for you. You can use this discount code at A1 level. With that, before signing up to my program as well, what I recommend is there is going to be free beginner program on my website. I would recommend you sign up to that first so that you can see what is going to be inside the program, so that you can make a well thought out decision for yourself before starting. My programs are self-paced programs with live sessions as well. Okay, that means not only you can study French at your own pace and complete the syllabus according to your own flexibility, with that there are going to be live sessions as well in which you will be able to join and ask all your questions. So this is a structure which works perfectly for anyone who is working or studying in Canada. And what would you prefer in this case if you were in my shoes? See, what I will recommend is that you start learning French as soon as possible, whether it be through self-study, whether it will be through my programs or with anyone else's program. Start French, because this is the high time to learn French. Do not waste any more time, because time is a very crucial component right now if you're on your work permit. Okay, so start as soon as possible so that later there is no pressure on you to be able to learn French, quickly. So start now, and later you will see things will be very easier for you. So with this, make sure to watch my channel thoroughly to get all the updates and all the information on learning French for permanent residency in Canada.